Wild World on the DS. That game was fucking crazy. So they had an NPC called Rossetti in Wild World. If you didn't save your game, he would show up the next time you open the game and he would get mad at you. And he'd be like, you have to learn how to save your game or else I swear. Oh my... It just went on forever. And like the first few times that you forgot to save your game, he'd be pretty okay with it. And he'd be like, you know, things happen. People forget. I get it. But then eventually it got to the point, if you kept on forgetting to save, that like he would show up and be like, you'd have to speak into the microphone. It'd get to the point where he'd be like, I'm not gonna leave until you let me know that you feel bad. So you'd have to take your DS and you'd have to talk into the microphone and say, I'm sorry. And then if he didn't accept it, he'd be like, you have to say it again. And you'd have to say into the DS microphone, I'm sorry, until Rossetti deemed it as like a good apology. Like he was like, you don't mean it. Say it like you actually mean it. And he would leave you there for, you would have to do it like 10 times until he was like, all right, no, don't do it ever again. And oh my god, it was so annoying. It was so annoying because it would take so long to get this shit going. But if you were in the middle of apologizing and you turned off your DS and you turned it back on, this guy knew and he'd be like, you trying to run away? I remember when I closed my DS and then I turned it back on once and he was like, are you trying to get away from me? I was like, how the fuck does this guy know? And I was scarred. It was so scary. He's like, you think that you can just turn your DS off? I swear they said in the game, like, you think you can just switch off the Nintendo DS and try again? And I was like, and like, oh my god, it was funny as hell though. You had to like, I think you had to handwrite it sometimes, but then the one that I remember the most is speaking into the microphone, where they'd be like, say it to me that you're sorry. And I'm like talking into my mic, I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's like, nope, it's not good enough. Say it again. And I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, what? Say it louder. Oh my god, it was so funny. But I remember being so scared. Can't. I'm still very shocked about the Rossetti issue that we covered recently. You talking into your DS? Okay, and the fact that this wasn't something that everyone did? I just thought. Only you? No, that person who asked that question was also doing it too, so it's not just me. I did? Thank you. Okay, please. I need... Okay, show of hands in the chat. If you played Animal Crossing Wild World, did you ever speak into your DS mic when Rossetti would ask you to apologize for not saving? Tell me. I did. Yes. Okay, 1. Now we have 2. I did. 3! 3 people. Raising your hand. 4, 5. New Leaf. Okay, New Leaf as well. I'm not that dumb. Okay, nice flex. New Leaf, yes. Wait, did you have to a New Leaf? I don't remember. I just always save my game like he told me to. Okay, well, sometimes you're playing your DS, right? And then all of a sudden, the red light starts blinking and you're like, what do I do? Oh my god, you try to run to find your charger. You run, but the blinking of the red light, it's intimidating and you're like, oh my god, I gotta find my charger. And then before you know it, it's already gone. What's a DS? You're lying to me right now. Get out of here. Leave this land.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And Sobby Wobby.